Alright, Shalom. We begin by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, Wahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahasham, Waham, Wadash. Alright, double honor to our beloved elders and apostles and great millstones. Shalom to those we like. Shalom to all the Icon Christians, truth and sincerity. To Brother Atazawan from the GMS Columbus, Ohio branch. Coming back again with another video through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. Pretty much in the Spirit. It's going to be a quick hit, as I'm on the plantation. Lord willing. Uh, as work picks up, etc. The duration of my videos may, just be quick and straight to the point, you know. Shoot the videos that, hit home and put forth the message, put out the message quickly. And Lord willing, you can hear me in the construction zone, so it's kind of noisy. But I have my headphones in, so Lord willing, uh, everything is received, but through the Spirit. Uh, pretty much I just wanted to tackle on Jacob putting away childish behavior. All right, and that goes for myself as well. Okay, letting go of old habits, see, things that are hindering you from growth. All right, so on and so forth. See, and as we come into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we have to take, this gift seriously real quick. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. So wisdom is a gift. Uh, yep. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 21. It reads, nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, except the Most High gave her me, and that was a point of wisdom also to know whose gift she was. I prayed unto Yahweh and besought him, and with my whole heart I said, see, so wisdom is a gift, okay, and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, uh, isn't just, being able to tap into the scriptures, all right, although that's, our main focus and ultimately what the wisdom and knowledge and understanding stems from. But there are things written within this book, okay, that are essential to our walk, okay, and essential to us putting off the old man. Like I said prior, it's vital that we put away childish habits, childish things, all right, that we know the scriptures speak about, okay, and those things we should apply, from our diet, how we treat our diet, our bodies, which it's one of my areas I'm liking. Okay, but ultimately as well, our finances, okay, and again, these things are carnal means, but these things are vital, okay, to us growing, in ministry. You see, just applying it, it isn't necessarily about the substance, but just being able to apply what we have learned, what we have gained via this gift, which is in the Holy Scriptures. You see. So again, we have to apply these things to our day-to-day, in our day-to-day walk, all right, to show forth that we are learning, that we are coming into, being men of the Lord, all right, wholeheartedly. And, again, these things aren't going to come overnight, you see. But again, the scripture said, let's get it. So I on deck. 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. Yep, it says, when I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I did away with childish things, right? See, bad habits, old things, us applying wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is us breaking free from those childish ways and habits and things of that nature that we had. All right, hiding our folly, so on and so forth, growing, which, like I said, is essential in this ministry. All right, spiritually and carnally. Because if you're growing spiritually, by default, the things that you do carnally, okay, are going to resemble, you see, how you act in the spirit, okay? Goes hand in hand. Who you are spiritually, how you act, in the spirit, will reflect, how you are in the flesh, like the scriptures say. Spirit, Ecclesiastes 8. This is Ecclesiastes 8. The top who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of everything. A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. The boldness of his face shall be changed, right? So, the wisdom will show forth in your countenance, like I said, how you walk in your day to day, so on and so forth. Okay? And real quick, I got one more precept I'm thinking about this other chapter. I ended off with 1 Corinthians 3, 1 Corinthians 14 and 20. Alright, this is our brothers and sisters. Do not be children, immature, childlike in your thinking. Be infants in matters of evil, completely innocent and inexperienced, but in your minds be mature adults. See? Okay? So like I said in the KJV, be not a child in understanding. Okay, and again, first and foremost applying it to the scriptures, in our teaching. But like I said, these things are manifold, twofold. Okay, in our day-to-day walk as men, we ought to be upstanding people, men of order, men of status, okay, upstanding, upright, okay, in all affairs, man, not just in the scriptures, man, okay, like I said, that's our primary focus, and again, that's where we learn about these things, to, how we are supposed to move and operate as men, okay, but again, these things must reflect, how we move carnally, man, and how we move, like I said, as men on our day-to-day walk, man, outside of the ministry. Okay. One more. Corinthians 3. And just had last 2 Corinthians 3. 2 Corinthians 3, I believe. This is 2 Corinthians 3:19. It says, and we all with unveiled face continually seeing as in a mirror the glory of Yahweh, or the glory of the Lord, Yahushai, are progressively being transformed into his image from one degree of glory to even more glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit, right? See? So we got to go glory to glory. And again, those things play out in the physical. The things that happen in spirit play out in the physical. Just like, existence. Everything begins in the spiritual world, and, things play out or mimic things, or the carnal things, and things we see with the eye mimic what's happening in the spirit. Okay? So again, man, apply these things, learn these things, knowledge, your bad habits, the childish ways, the folly, and rid it. Be more mature. Okay? Grow up. Go from glory to glory, man. Progressively being transformed into his image from one degree of glory to even more glory, which comes from the Lord who is a spirit. Blank. Alright, so what willingness was that flying and exhorting to whoever may receive it. Give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Yahushai, Shalom.